All right. Live. All right. We are live. Put this on the tripod here. So, try to get this figured out. Anyways, just coming on to hang out, guys. So, definitely, if you guys are coming on, feel free to ask any questions that you might have. It doesn't have to be related to the title of the video. Just you can ask me anything you guys want. Just hanging out. Haven't posted a video this week. Just been super busy with other things. So I figured I would come on and at least do a live stream tonight and just hang out with you guys. So let me know where you guys are tuning in from. And if you're here, make sure you're typing in the chat. Don't just sit here and you know, just watch the video, because you know, the whole point of these live videos is to get you guys asking questions, to engage, to get to know you guys, to help you guys out. So let's hang out and let's have a good time. Let's not just be zombies and watch. So let's see. We got a couple comments coming in. What's up, Roman? First here. What's up, Steph? Just commented back to some of your comments, Steph. That last one actually went into my spam for some reason. I don't know why, but I just approved it about the state income tax that you were talking about, so I didn't get a chance to reply, but I just saw it. So let's see. All right, Letitia wants to know, what do you think of Boulder City? Boulder City is a good area. If you want to live in an area that's a lot less populated, you want to live somewhere that's more of a desert vibe, just less people around, less craziness of like a city, then Boulder City is a great option for you. So I like it. I think it's a good area. Again, if you want to be in more of a quiet, isolated area, which a lot of people want. So yeah, I think Boulder City is a good option. And it's usually a little bit cheaper there as well. So let's see. Do you have a P.O. box? I do not. I might get one. I don't know. I haven't really had anybody ask to send anything, so I don't know how much is a P.O. box to get. Can't be that much. Let's see. I don't know. I'll look it up. But hey Valerie, thanks for coming on. Letitia, you're welcome. Claude from Amarillo, what's up, Claude? Rafi, what's up, man? Thank you for coming on, guys. If you guys are just coming on, let me know where you're tuning in from. Make sure you smash the thumbs up button. That way more people get to see the video. They get notified of the video. It pops up in their feed. Because I know there's a lot of people who probably would like to see it and come hang out and ask some questions. So make sure if you haven't, smash that thumbs up for me. Let's see. Are you a fan of steak and cheese subs? Yeah, I like steak and cheese. The place that I usually go to for subs that I think is really good, it's more of a chain nationwide, is Jersey Mike's. I think Jersey Mike's has really good subs, personally. I don't know why this camera is like, it's like inverted. I'm like over to the side. I think because I have the camera over here instead of over there, but whatever. So, Ale, do you live in Las Vegas? What's your reason? Yes, I do live in Las Vegas. I live in Henderson, southeast area. My reason for moving there was mostly there was a couple of reasons. The main reason being I was living in California. It was just way too expensive. I needed to go somewhere that was a little easier on the wallet. I was wasting too much money on rent. It didn't make sense. State income taxes were high. Just cost of living was too high in general. So needed to go somewhere that I could afford and not be under so much pressure. So this was naturally the next best place. And one of my clients that I do video with, he, you know, decided to move here. So it was good that I got to keep that business because that's a large client. So that was my main reason. Definitely not entertainment. I don't go out to the strip or anything like that. I just live here like a normal person in any other city. Pops, says George. I'll have to try that out. That sounds good. Roman's from San Diego. Let's see. My weather app says it's 94 degrees. Yeah, that's about right. It's not bad at night. I went for a walk earlier. I was going to do a live stream, but I kind of wanted to just enjoy my walk. I didn't want to be worrying about technology and being distracted. I just wanted to be in the moment, be disconnected, not be consuming, not be on, you know, anything. So 94 is about right. It was hotter during the day, and then it rained a little bit earlier, so it was a nice day. What's up, South Korea? Sungdu. Have you ever been to the Strip? Yeah, I've been to the Strip a few times. If you go back a couple of my videos, I did a live stream there probably about 3 weeks ago, maybe 4 weeks ago. But yeah, I don't go to the Strip to like go there to hang out, to gamble, to do anything. I don't live that sort of a lifestyle. I live a very low-key lifestyle. I work on my future. I work on the things that I know are going to bring me accomplishment, things that are my passion, things that are my purpose. I don't waste a lot of my time. You know, I do enjoy some things. I went and saw Lion King last weekend, but you know, I don't get out too much as far as that goes. Claude wants to know, what new videos are you working on? So I've been trying to make a list. Here's the thing with my channel, guys. I don't want this to be, like, I can already see it becoming a Vegas channel and only Vegas, and I don't want my channel to be only Vegas. That's not ever what I want my channel to be, because I don't want to only make videos about Las Vegas. So, I mean, they've been doing well, so I'll continue to do it, but eventually, guys, the content may change, just to let you know. Because there's only so much that I can really talk about, too. Like, yeah, I can go to hotels, I can go to resorts, but there's only so much that I can tell you about living in Las Vegas, besides actually doing like vlogs and taking you through my day and showing you more into my life, which is what I want to start doing down the road. But for now, I think these videos are doing well, so we'll keep it up. Some of the topics that I have, let me know if these interest any of you guys, because I just kind of take notes on things that I think might be interesting. So I have gambling in Las Vegas. Obviously that's a known thing, but there's some fun facts in there that like not everybody knows about. You know, like we don't have a lottery system here. You know, gambling is not just in casinos, it's in the grocery store, it's in the gas station, just like things about that. I have another one that's titled, Will I Be Leaving Las Vegas? Moving to Las Vegas from California. Top 5 reasons not to move to Orlando, Florida. I've had a couple people ask me about living in Orlando because I used to live there. I have the number 1 reason not to move to Las Vegas. I have how to survive in the Las Vegas heat. Then I also have some videos like how to start a YouTube channel, how to get more views on YouTube, how to make an income on YouTube. Las Vegas things to do. I don't really have anything in that list yet, but I want to make videos about like things to do here. I've got a video about best beaches in Orlando, Florida, and there's obviously not beaches there, but you know, nearby. I've got 5 reasons you should move to Los Angeles, because I get some people who ask me about why I moved there and who would be good to move there. So I've had that kind of come up into my mind. A lot of people ask me like how I make an income, so I don't really have an issue talking about that. So I was gonna do a video on like how I make money. I don't know, some people have been asking, so curious. I want to do a video at the Stratosphere. Seem to be a lot of people that ask about the Stratosphere, so I want to do a video there. I want to do a video called the things that they don't tell you about moving to LA, because a lot of people have, and me included when I moved there, you have this you know, fantasy in your head about living in LA. So there's some things they don't tell you when you move there. why I moved to LA in the first place, and how I moved to LA, and what I wish I did instead, and then living in Florida versus living in California. So those are kind of just quite a big list of just video topics that I'd like to do. So if those interest any of you guys, let me know down in the comments so that I know which ones to make. I want to make all of them, but some of them may not be made for a while. So if there's a certain one that you guys are interested in, let me know, and maybe I can move it up to the top. So Chris from Ohio, what's up, man? First time in Las Vegas, any shows? I have not been to any shows, to be honest with you. Like I said, I don't get out too much, but I need to get out and do a couple things more. So I've lived in Henderson since '96. What's been the biggest surprise? I guess that I actually enjoy living here. You know, I wasn't sure if I was gonna like living here before I moved, you know, because it's Las Vegas, it's the desert, it's hot. I wasn't sure if I was gonna enjoy living here. I never saw myself living here in Las Vegas. I, you know, have been here in the past once to visit, and then I found myself living here. So I remember the first time that I visited here, I was like, who the hell would want to live here? Why would you want to live in the desert? But I've actually liked it. So that's probably been the biggest surprise for me, is just actually how much I've enjoyed living here, to be honest. Who's your cell phone provider? I have Sprint. I did have AT&T, but I just switched to Sprint because it's a lot cheaper. Did you like it better in LA or Vegas, not counting cost of living? I'd say I like it here better, just because it's quieter. You know, I'm somebody who I found very quickly that I didn't really like living the city life with like all the buses and the honking and just all the chaos going on. I did like the hustle vibe that you get in LA. People are just more ambitious over there. So kind of torn on that, but I would definitely say that I prefer living here. Everything is close, and I find that there's more just outdoor activities to do here. Obviously there's hiking and the beaches in, you know, LA, but yeah, I think I like it here better. And people are overall just more friendly. Star Wars fan from Oregon, what's up, Oregon? Kobe, what's up? Been good, man. Just busy with a couple different work things. So what's up, King? Tina wants to know apartment price living. It's very broad. Tina, let me know. Are you looking for 1 bedroom, 2 bedroom, 3 bedroom, garage, no garage, newer, updated, not really a big deal? Do you want, what area do you want to be in? There's so many factors that play into that. Definitely, if you haven't looked, go onto rent.com, go onto apartments.com, type in, you know, Las Vegas, look around the valley, put in the limiters on the search, put your minimum price, your maximum price, how many bedrooms you want, and you can get a pretty good idea for what rents are going to be in the area. Claude says, I think you should make the video about Orlando. I will. I plan to do a lot of those videos, actually, because I'm curious how the Orlando videos do, because I may be moving back to Orlando next year. So I want to see if I have an audience for Orlando videos as well. So worst heat, Las Vegas or Florida? Definitely Florida. You know, it's one of those things where, like, when it's 115 outside, last week it was 112. This weekend it's going to be another 112, 113. So when it's that hot, it is brutal, like very brutal. It's not enjoyable. I don't like going outside when it's like that. But as far as just overall heat, definitely Florida is worse. The humidity is just like sticky, and you know, the second that you go outside, you're just already sweating. You just feel nasty. You know, your clothes are just wet. You know, and if it rains, which it pretty much does every day in Florida, so it'll be, you know, 85, 90 degrees outside, it'll rain, and then all that water, that humidity will rise, and then the sun will come back out, and it's gonna be like super hot again. So yeah, it's not really a great situation in Florida as far as the heat goes. So I'm gonna see if I can pull the chat up on my computer, just so that I don't have to keep Grabbing the phone here. Let's see. Sometimes I can't get the chat to pop up on the computer. I don't know why. Yeah, see, it's not popping up. Let me grab my iPad so that I can see the chat. Hold on 1 second, guys. Be right back. All right, and then maybe some light that's a little bit better. It's a little dark. So let's pull the chat up. God, I'm like greasy. I went to the gym, I did my leg workout, then I went and walked around the lake. I need to shower before I go to bed. I feel kind of gross right now. It's all good. All right, so I got my chat up. Let's see. What's up, man? Could you make a video on how you make money? Yeah, that was actually one of the videos that I had listed. I had a couple people ask me about that, so I don't really mind sharing that. Some people are weird about like sharing their finances. I don't really have an issue with that. I don't know if I'll give exact numbers per se, but I can tell you how I do and all that good stuff. So Tina, 1-bedroom studio. Probably gonna be looking, if you're in a good area right now, like my community, we have studios available for $1,250. So studios are starting to be expensive over here in Henderson. You can look downtown and you can probably get in up to like you can probably go 800 if it's not in a great area. If it's gonna be in a good area, it's gonna be above 1,000 pretty much. So everything is getting more expensive here. 420 Romero, just to tell you, we bought a house in Henderson. We moved there next month. Videos helped me a lot. Awesome. That is awesome to hear. Congratulations on your home, and you are gonna love it here. What area of Henderson did you decide to go with? Because Henderson's quite large, but that's awesome to hear, and I'm glad that I could help you out with that. Valerie says, don't leave. I don't know. I don't know for sure. I actually decided, guys, I know that I said that I was gonna be moving into a 2-bedroom apartment. I did not wanna move all my stuff and move into a bigger unit if I wasn't for sure set on living here for at least the next 2 to 3 years. And right now I'm not sure, I'm still up in the air. So I decided to extend my lease at this apartment for 6 months. So I'll be in this apartment for at least the next 6 months. And then depending how I feel, going into the new year, we'll kind of decide if we're going to stay. And if we decide that we do want to stay, then I will probably move into a 2-bedroom at that point. But right now I'm still just very indecisive. Going into 2020 is going to be a good year for me. I'm going to be completely debt-free going into 2020. So that's going to be amazing. Literally no credit cards, no car payments, no type of debt into 2020. So that's why, I don't know if I'll stay here or go somewhere, because I'll have a lot more options obviously at that point, and I'll have some cash in the bank. So who knows where 2020 will take us anyways. But since moving to Vegas, have you had females invite you to Las Vegas clubs? I've had a couple people just like ask me what I do like for fun out here at the apartment and stuff, but haven't really had anybody ask me to go to the club. I've been on, what did I go on, 2 dates so far. We just went to like the Green Valley Ranch and just had appetizers and drinks and all that good stuff. So something that's like, that was fun for me, because you just go to the different restaurants and just have different appetizers at each restaurant. And this eye is like bothering me. But same humidity in Houston. Yeah, Houston's real bad. Houston might even be worse than Florida, honestly. Houston's really bad. What's up, Kelly? All right, this guy, this is just weird. How much is on the bed sheets? What's your thought on any possible salary increase in the near future in Las Vegas? I mean, that's all dependent on you. That's, you know, I don't I don't think that you should always rely on somebody giving you a salary increase. I mean, you need to prove why you're worth more money. So, one way you can do that is, you go to your boss, you ask what goals they want to meet, and, say they want to increase sales by 6% in 6 months. You do that for free. You work on really getting to that result, and you let them know, like, hey, going into the future, I'm going to meet that goal, and once I meet that goal, can we talk about a possible salary increase? Like, I always think that you should provide results first, and then compensation will come later. So many people want the compensation right now, like, oh, I've been here for 5 years, I deserve more compensation. Well, have you provided more value to the company? It's not that you've been there 5 years if you've been doing the same thing and you haven't gotten better at anything you're doing. So, just always try to bring more value to the company in any way that you can. So, second income coming. I'll be in Vegas 2020. Awesome. Awesome. I think you'll like Vegas. I do. Did you have any Raising Cane's lately? When did I go there last? I went there last week. So not this week, but last week. Last night I had Papa John's, so I had a pizza. But I just got a small. I didn't even know they had small, but apparently they have a small pizza. It was like 50% off, so it was like $8, super cheap. Can you dissect the area of Henderson? Is an area to avoid in Henderson? The only area in Henderson that you really want to avoid is anything off of Boulder Highway. That area is not good. And then when you get into like downtown, like actual Henderson, it can get a little sketchy sometimes. But like the best parts, in my opinion, are Green Valley, Anthem. Those are probably my favorite, Green Valley and Anthem. And then I think, what's the other one? Let's see, I can't draw on a blank. Green Valley is my absolute favorite, but I'm kind of biased because I live there. Seven Hills is the other one. So Seven Hills, Anthem, Green Valley, McDonald Ranch is nice. Any of those are really good. Just stay away from Boulder Highway. That's really the only one that you really want to avoid, in my opinion. Thanks for sharing. You got it. Thank you guys for coming on. So if you're on here and you haven't yet hit that if you haven't smashed the thumbs up button, make sure you smash it. That way more people can see the video and join in. So I was at Furry for a while back at turn of century, and it was the best feeling ever. Only lasted a few months, but it was great while it lasted. Yeah, see, I plan on staying that way. I want to get there and stay there. Only last 6 months. I'm a real estate agent. I've always been in sales. My income depends 100% on my efforts. That's the best way to do it, honestly. Like when I like performance-based jobs or businesses or whatever it may be for an individual, because then it's completely up to you what you earn, and you really don't have a cap, when you work based on performance. Now, if you work, based on an hourly wage, and no matter how hard or how good or how bad you are at your job, you get the same thing. You're super capped. Same thing with a salary. If they're like, okay, well, you only get $50,000 a year, there's no opportunity for you to make anything more than that, you're capped. So yeah, anything that's performance based, I think, is typically the way to go. You're gonna make the most money, and you are completely, most of the time, in control of how much you can make, which is always nice. What do you think about Area 51? No, I'm not going there. I don't know what to think about it, honestly. It's weird. There's definitely something there, because obviously it's so top secret. There's something there that the government doesn't want the general public to see or take part in, so I don't know. But Tanya says, thank you, congrats. I appreciate it, Tanya, thank you. I'm excited. I think literally the day that I send in that last credit card payment, I think I'm literally like gonna drop to my knees and just cry in happiness because I didn't realize what I was doing in my, early and mid 20s to myself. And I'm just gonna be glad it's gonna be over with. And then all my income is mine and I don't have to be giving all my income away. So I'm happy for that. So thank you, Tanya. Have you ever watched Jimmy Kimmel? I've seen him a few times, but I've never really watched too much of him. What's your opinion on The Lion King compared to, do you think they should remain it? I liked it. I thought it was good. I saw it last Friday, so I think it actually came out last Friday. I saw it the night of. I enjoyed it overall. I thought it was really, really good. I always like the original better because it's the original. It's the one you grew up with. So I'm always going to be in favorite to the original, but either way, I really enjoyed it. If you haven't seen it, I would definitely watch it. It was a great movie, and yeah, it was good, but always the original. We bought it in zip code 89074. It's my zip code. Good one. So yeah, I'm in 89074 as well. I don't know if I should even be saying that on here, but whatever. There's so many places here, but that's a good area. It's my favorite area so far. Why would you leave Vegas? Only reason why I would leave Vegas is, to me, there's no place like home. I left Orlando, Florida, because I grew up there. I never left. I went to college there. I never had an outside experience, and I wanted to get that outside experience. But at the end of the day, that's home. I came out here to get new perspectives, get new cultures, meet new people, gain new skills, and ultimately just to evolve as a person. Because I know people who have always just stayed in their hometown, they've never left, and they're just the same, and they don't do anything, and they don't learn anything, and they're not changing, they're not becoming better. So, for me to get out and get that experience and just see other parts of the world, like if you talk to people that live in like the Northeast or even Florida, for example, like people forget that the West Coast even exists besides California. And even then, most of them have never even been to the West Coast. This is a whole nother world over here. So yeah, I just wanted to get that experience. But for me, like I said, Orlando's home. I have good people there. I have good friends. I have, my family there. So Orlando's always home. And that's really the only reason why I would leave. I love Las Vegas. I have nothing really bad to say about Las Vegas. The summers are not the most enjoyable. But besides that, I like Las Vegas. And, I just don't see myself raising a family here. I don't see myself having kids here and raising kids here. So ultimately for me, I have to always think about my future and, where I want to start putting roots down. I'm going to be 29 in a few months. It's not like I'm getting old, but I'm starting to be at a point where I want to start thinking more about my future, thinking about where I want to, really start furnishing an apartment. Like this is furnished, but if I was to move into the 2-bedroom, I'd have to buy more furniture to furnish it. I'd have to put stuff on the walls. And then if I leave next year, I'd have to sell the stuff or drag it with me. And it's like, when I start doing all that, I start thinking, let's do that where I want to start putting some roots down. So anyways, I go on and on with questions. I just try to give you guys good answers and just share, my experiences with you guys. So Star Wars fans, how much did you owe? I'll actually go over that when I pay everything off. I think it'll be a lot better to do a video. That's a video that I want to do, like 100%, is how I went from, negative X amount of dollars, owing whatever and having this to, what I have now. And I just want to share that experience on how I did it and provide some hope to people, because I know for me, when I first woke up and realized dude, you have a problem, you need to stop spending money like this. A lot of people feel like there's no way out. and they continue to just use their credit cards and rack up debt and just think that's how you live and that it's normal. So I want to share that experience with you guys on how I did it, why I did it, how much I owed, the way that my process on everything, and just provide some hope to some people. Because like I said, a lot of people, I know for me, like I said, you get into this situation, you just don't think there's a way out. You just accept it for what it is, and there's no way out. So I want to share that, but yeah, that'll be something that I do. Let's see. Why take a chance to get shot at Area 51? Yeah, I agree. I don't think anybody should go up there and storm it, but people are always going to do whatever they want to do. Looking forward to the YouTube income vids. Have a channel, but hate the idea of analytics. Don't let the analytics scare you. The thing with the analytics is they're there to help you. So always, if you're going to look at your YouTube analytics and, dig deep into them, understand like, okay, my watch time is low because this is where people are dropping off. Like you can see where people are dropping off on your video. So if they're dropping off after 1 minute and 30 seconds, it could be because you're just doing a video like this. You're just talking straight to the camera. It's just you. You're not moving on the screen. You're not putting any video over every couple seconds. You're not using any text. You're not using any pop-ups. So you can start to figure out like where people are dropping off and then why people are dropping off. But at the beginning of YouTube, what I suggest and something that I did was I just started doing vlogs, and it really helps you to provide a voice. It really gives you an opportunity to try out different subjects, to try out just everything and anything, and really just find your voice and get more comfortable on camera. So definitely don't, if you're gonna look at your analytics, don't get like down on yourself about them. Realize that they're there to help you. They're there to help you make better videos, to get more subscribers, to get people to actually engage and watch and consume your content. So just keep making, keep creating. The best thing that I say to people is document. And that's what vlogging is. It's just documenting your day, and don't worry if you're not getting any views on those at first, because you're gonna get more comfortable on camera as you do them, and then over time you're gonna get more comfortable on camera. You're gonna be able to speak better. People are gonna be able to listen to you, and you're gonna have that authority figure basically over time. So I've been here for 19 years and it still doesn't feel like home. Maddie, have you been in Vegas? Is that where you live as well? Tanya says, I'm leaving Florida, so I'm gonna end up back home. Not necessarily. I mean, some people come here and they stay, but this is a very transient city. Like people come and people go all the time. So overall, I like it here. I mean, Las Vegas is a great place if you're 20s, 30s, single, you are preferably self-employed, where you have a good amount of income coming in and you don't have to work at like a job. You can work from home, you can work from a cafe, you can work wherever you want, you can go enjoy the outdoors. Like you can do all the things that Vegas has to offer. For me, I've enjoyed it. So I'm going to Las Vegas this Sunday. Do you have any advice with jobs or anything? What, like, advice on how to get a job, or what exactly do you mean? Houston has flooded a lot too. Yeah, we had a lot of rain here yesterday. There was some flooding here yesterday, so that's awesome. Point Tony, I live in Baltimore for several years. There's some people in Baltimore haven't even. Oh yeah, there's plenty of people. I knew people in Orlando that have never like gone, an hour and a half outside of their hometown. Same thing here. There's people that live here in Vegas that are locals that have never left Las Vegas. They don't go anywhere. It's weird to me. I don't understand people who just stay in one place. I don't know. I like to hop around. I'm getting to a point now where, I've lived in Florida, California, Vegas. I mean, I've lived in 3 states in 3 years. So for me, I'm getting to a point now where I want to figure out where I want to set up shop, set up a home base, and then I want to start traveling. So, yeah. What's up, Scott? Purge says, been here 10 months. Everyone I've spoke to who have lived here 10 years plus. Yeah, I mean, the people who have lived here for a long time, this is their home. You know, it's like me in Orlando. This is their home. They've seen the influx of people coming in. They've seen the apartments going up. They've seen the buildings going up. They're seeing their home change. So naturally, people aren't going to like that. And naturally, with that is going to be cost of living, you know, increase of traffic, and just, you know, this is a major, I wouldn't say not necessarily major, but it's like a mid-major city. So it's going to happen, you know, over time, especially now with the Raiders coming here. It's just going to keep going. So Tanya says, that's exactly my concern. Sir, I've been working in nightlife for the last 19 years. God bless you, man. I could never do that for 19 years. That's got to be exhausting. I'm sure you've seen some crazy, crazy shit, though. Wow, you're a gypsy, man. No, I mean, I've always lived in an apartment. Like, I've always, like, set foundation and, you know, all that. I've never just, like, been, like, a bed hopper. But I don't know. I'm just at a point, like I said, where I wanted to step out, to explore, see some new things. So, what do you eat when you travel? I travel for work extensively, and it's not easy to make good food choices. The best thing you can do if you travel a lot is count your macros. You know, that way you just make it fit. Obviously, you want to make the best choices that you can. For me personally, I'll just show you real quick. So, for me personally, as far as like food goes, I've got this bag here. And this is it's called a 6-pack bag. So essentially, mine actually broke from traveling, but this holds 3 meals in it. So 1, 2, 3, and technically it holds a 4th up here if you want it to, but it comes with ice packs that you slide in, these guys right here, and it stays cold for like 8-9 hours. Just slide it into the side. And I cook my food always, you know, like I've got my salmon thawing right there. And then I like to do these veggies, just quick, steam them up. So yeah, you keep all that. And what the great thing is if you're traveling a lot, stuff like this, you can go into a 7-Eleven or whatever kind of convenience store you have. They usually have microwaves. You can just run in there, heat this up, reheat obviously cook your salmon in the oven or whatever food you're gonna eat, and then put it in your bag, throw it at 7-Eleven, and you can reheat, and you're good to go. So that's just something that I like to do. And it saves you a lot of money too when you're prepping your food and cooking your own food. You're gonna save some money, so it's always cheaper that way. All right. Do you miss LA? I really don't, honestly. I had my time there. You know, once I got out of the honeymoon phase of living there, I was ready to get out. So yeah, I definitely don't really miss it. The one thing that I will say I miss is some nights, like right now, if I wanted to go and just drive by the ocean and just park and listen to the waves and just relax, I would do that sometimes. So that'd be the one thing that I miss. But I met people in Texas, went to high school in Connecticut. I agree, Susan. It's always good to get out and see new things. It just broadens your perspective. You know, you get to see other people and how they live and all these different things. I just think it's great to do. You need some ice cream in that freezer. I actually don't eat much ice cream because dairy messes me up. I always have really bad stomach issues after having any type of dairy, so I try to avoid it. What would you recommend for an actual camera for vlogging? You want to use your phone. Use the phone. Too many people want to wonder what the best camera is or what camera they should get, and I've seen people who have gone out and they've spent $1,000 on a camera because they wanted that camera and they were going to start vlogging, and then they still have fear on camera, and then they have fear of uploading the video, and then they never even actually make anything. So use your phone, use what you have. The biggest thing is like a lot of people say they don't have time, they don't have money, they'll make all these like excuses on, you know, why they don't have the resources, when in reality everybody who's successful is resourceful. So they use what they have, and then when they have more, they progress. Like for me, I always started my YouTube videos with my phone. And as I progressed, I got a camera. Like as I progressed, I got this bad boy. I mean, this is like crazy camera. And then I have another camera right here. So, you know, as you progress and as you enjoy making videos and as you know they're gonna do good and you enjoy the process and you know you like the process, then invest, then start spending some more money. But until you know, have proven that it's what you wanna do and that what you're gonna do is gonna be successful, I wouldn't worry too much about any type of camera, because the best camera that you have is the one that's in your pocket. And here's the other thing. I will say this. When you use your phone to vlog with, when you're walking around with your phone, people will just think you're Snapchatting or whatever. They're not gonna bat an eye. But if you walk around with this thing, so picture walking down the street with this, like you're gonna get a lot of attention, right? Like people are gonna wonder, what are you doing? Why's that guy got that massive camera? What's he recording? I don't wanna be on camera, I don't wanna be on film. I wanna tell him I don't wanna be in the video. People will draw crazy conclusions and get very uncomfortable with you walking around with this thing. But walk around with your phone, nobody seems to care at all. So use the phone. Goodyear says, never thought of that. Great advice. You got it, man. Glad that could help out. If you need more, just let me know. Hit me up on Instagram and send me a DM. I have my Instagram in the description that you can check out. Where did you live in LA? I lived off of Wilshire and La Brea, specifically Wilshire La Brea apartments. So yeah, Wilshire La Brea was where I lived. They were nice. I liked it. They were actually really, really nice. Now they're like stupid expensive. They were expensive when I was there, but they're even more expensive now. Like for a studio there, yeah, a studio now where I used to live in LA is $25.40 a month for 550 square feet. I was paying $16.70, so it's gone up $800 a month for a studio. Crazy. Yeah, Miracle Mile. Have you ever considered doing a 23andMe? I don't know what that is. Oh, where your ancestors come from. No, I never really thought about doing any of those things. I don't know if I trust them. I'm always like skeptical of stuff like that. I'm 17, I'm moving with my dad. Do you have any jobs to fit my age? I mean, if you're 17, you're gonna be a little more limited. Just do something that you enjoy, man. Honestly, just do something that you enjoy. If you've never had a job before, then I definitely recommend, you know, obviously getting a job. But eventually, man, I always believe in people becoming self-sufficient. I believe in people, you know, like back before, everybody used to offer a skill. You had like smithers, you had miners, you had wood choppers, you had, you know, people were using their skills to make themselves a living and to be able to provide for their family. And nowadays, we have this, we've been trained that we need to get a job. And in reality, if you have skills, you can be your own boss. You can run your own thing. You can do your own thing and use your skills to make money. So I think you should start with a job because it's going to teach you different things. But over time, I think that everybody should try to be self-sufficient. I don't think that you should ever put your livelihood in somebody else's hands. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think you should be in control of that as much as you can, in my opinion, because that's the only way, number one, to achieve financial freedom. And 85% of people hate their jobs. They despise their jobs. They do not enjoy their jobs. And that's very sad to me that 85% of people are going to work 40 years of their life doing things they don't want to do just to retire at 65, which nowadays, if Social Security ain't even around, who knows? So let me work 40 years of my life, lose out all that time, all that energy, and then when I'm 65 and I'm old and I'm tired and I have back problems and health problems, I'm supposed to go vacation and enjoy myself. It doesn't happen. So yeah, I always think that you should be self-sufficient. I believe in entrepreneurship. I believe in being your own boss. I believe in doing your own thing. Some people are not going to agree with me, but that's the way that I think. That's the way that I think is just the best path to ultimately have a most fulfilled, happy, enjoyable life, that you're actually impacting others and you enjoy what you do and you're happy. It's not easy. Definitely not easy, but it can be done. I mean, there's people who are making $100,000 a month playing video games on YouTube. So if anybody tells you you can't do it, trust me, you can. Think about the guy who invented the pool noodle. A pool noodle, right? That guy's making millions and millions and millions of dollars off of a pool noodle. Use your head. Agreed, LA is overrated, beautiful city. Culture is consumerism. Oh yeah, culture is completely consumerism. It is pretty much everywhere you go, but in LA it's even worse. Every car you drive by, you know, that city is keeping up with the Joneses to a T. When you're in LA, everybody's in competition of what car they're driving, what apartment they live in. They're up to their fucking neck in bills. They're leasing their BMW. You know, they're putting their rent for their luxury apartment on a credit card. Yeah, I mean, I saw so many people in LA doing that, and it just boggles my mind. But did you ever eat at Republic in LA? I did not, but I heard good things about it. And while I was in LA doing Uber, I used to pick up a lot of people because I used to do the Uber Select. I used to pick up a lot of people there. And it was cool because I lived right there. So that's typically where I would start my nights, was picking somebody up from there. So there's vegan ice cream. I've tried the vegan ones. I don't like the taste of them, man. Like the coconut ice cream that they use, it doesn't have the same consistency. It's not like thick. I don't know, just don't really enjoy it too much. Kelly says good night, gotta watch TV. Good night, Kelly, thanks for coming on, man. And I'll be right back, guys. I gotta get my charger, so give me 60 seconds, I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. All right, so cool. All right, so we still got 32 people on. That's good. I thought we were gonna lose some people when I disappeared. That's why I try not to get away from the camera for a minute, because then people always drop off. Are you familiar with any temples or meditation centers? I'm not, unfortunately, but I'm sure there's definitely those around. There's a lot of religion here. We have a lot of churches. There's like churches everywhere, so I'm sure there's some temples and stuff like that around as well. Do you feel lonely in Vegas? You know, I do sometimes, I'm not gonna lie, because I live alone, I work from home, so I don't really get a lot of interaction from the outside. So what I do is sometimes I'll go work in the apartment office, at the leasing office. They have tables, they have a common area, they have a conference room. I canceled my gym memberships. I've just been working out here. So I've been able to like be around people and conversate with people who live here, which has been very nice because then I've been able to meet people who live in my community. I try to go to the pool twice a week. So, I mean, I literally walk down the steps and I'm at the pool, so it's super easy. But yeah, I just try to get around in my community and do those type of things. But yeah, I mean, it does, whenever you're living by yourself and all that, you do get lonely. That's why I want to get a dog, hopefully by the end of the year. I want to get a French Bulldog, hopefully by the end of the year. And then when the right time comes, obviously, I'm open to being in a relationship. Just, I'm not like looking for a relationship. I just don't feel the need to look. Greg, what's up, Greg? It is late if you're on it's a little late now. It's 10 o'clock. Especially if you're on the East Coast, it's really late. Have you visited the Bay Area? I've been to the Bay Area one time, early 2017, January 2017. I went up there. It was okay. I wasn't a big fan. It was just very dirty. There's a lot of trash, a lot of homeless. It was very scenic and nice, but I didn't really care for it, to be honest. And it's super expensive, so. Thanks for the advice. I'm going to take advantage of that. That's awesome, man. Glad I could help you out, man. Can you make a video regarding your Uber driver experience? I could. I hadn't thought about doing that. I'll add that to the list. That's something that I know some people are curious about, so let me see. My driver experience is going to be a little biased, though, because 95% of people are going to be driving UberX, and I had an Audi at the time, so I was driving Uber Select, so it's much different than UberX. I did UberX very rarely, but I could still do a video on it because I could still be relatable to that. So we'll see. But yeah, that's something I can do. How's the obesity rate? I don't see as many obese people here. Florida has way more than here, for sure. California didn't have very many, in my opinion. People were pretty good about taking care of their health. Here, same thing. A lot of people walk. A lot of people are outside. So it's actually pretty low here, but in Florida it was very, very high. Just because like the humidity, and there's not a lot of outdoor activities in Orlando, especially. Yeah, you have Disney and Universal, but like people live normal lives. They're not at Disney and Universal every day of the week. So, it's definitely a lot higher in Orlando. People just are not active in walking places because there's just not a lot to really walk to in a lot of places. So. Let's see. I never get in a public pool. It's not as clean. Yeah, you only live once. How's the dating scene? Are you open to interracial dating? I don't know. I've only gone on two dates. Same girl, but 2 dates. I just don't believe in dating, really. I think too many people now are dating for the wrong reasons. They're dating because they're lonely. They're dating because they're not happy with themselves. They're looking to fill a void. They're dating because they've always been in a relationship and they don't know how to be by themselves. They're dating to see how they can take from the other person. I just don't believe in dating. I think the best way to meet somebody is when it just happens. Like you're doing something you enjoy doing. You're at the gym and you happen to meet a girl. You're hiking, you happen to meet a girl. You're doing whatever you enjoy doing and you happen to meet each other. I just don't believe in this dating culture, especially nowadays. People are living in this world where they have options, and they just monkey branch from one person to the next. If they see they're dating you and then they see some other guy who makes more money, or whatever, they monkey branch over. it's a very odd time that we're living in. There's people are just always thinking that there's something better out there, and they end up losing what they have while they're searching for this thing that they're looking for. Um, and what I've found is there's a lot of women now, and this, not to offend anybody, but there's a lot of, you know, women out there that it's okay for them to have standards, but God forbid you have standards. Like, you're not allowed to have standards, but you know the woman is. It's just a weird culture we're living in with all this Instagram and Facebook and social media and all this stuff. You know, everybody thinks they're hot shit nowadays. So it's a very odd time that we're living in. So yeah, I think the best way to meet somebody is just to do your thing. And are you open to interracial dating? Yeah, I don't really care what the person's race is. I mean, if we get along and I'm attracted, that's all that matters. Like, I need to be attracted to the person. They can have the best personality, but I need to be attracted to the person at the end of the day, because we're humans, you know, we're animals. That's the way things work. So you have to be attracted physically and, you know, emotionally as well. So my photography instructor said the same thing. Best one is one you have. Exactly. A lot of times people just look for an excuse. They just say, oh, I don't have a camera, or oh, I don't have the money, or, you know, I can't work out because I don't have the time, you know, but then they are at home watching Netflix every night for 2 hours before bed. You know, it's like there's always like an excuse, and like this is just our mind trying to protect us. You know, our mind is always playing games to like give us a reason to verify our story. You know, like we always come up with a story in our head, and then we look for reasons to validate that story, which then determines our actions at the end of the day with anything. So. I'm almost down to 250. My goal is at least 180. That's awesome. Hey, that's still 50 pounds down, man. Like, one thing I tell people is, like, sometimes they're like, man, I still have so far to go. And I'm like, well, would you rather be where you are now, or would you rather be where you were before you started? So that's always good, man. That's a good progress. Keep going with it. Interesting, but you still need to date to get to know the person. Well, yeah, I mean, once you know the person, yeah, but yeah, I mean, you're always gonna like go on dates with that person. But I think what I'm saying is, like, when people are swiping right and swiping right and swiping right and sliding into DMs and doing all this nonsense that people do nowadays, I just don't think that's a great way to date. It's not, I don't know, it's not like, it doesn't have that real life aspect to it. So, and plus, like, when you're like, the problem with that is you're swiping, you know, you may have 10 matches on your end, you know, and the female's got like 50 other dudes that she's matched with, because guys on Tinder, we just swipe right. You know, we swipe right for everybody. Well, not everybody, but most guys just sit there and swipe. So girls are sitting with like 60 options in their, you know, their inbox, 60 options, 100 options. So I just don't think it, because a person will get big-headed. They'll get in their ego, you know, and they're like, oh, I have all these other options out here. So you don't want to answer? Bye-bye. I have other options. You know, like, people just, I don't know. People just treat everybody like an option nowadays. I just don't like the way that works. Vegas' worst place to date, unrealistic standards. Yeah, I agree. I mean, it's becoming that way everywhere, like I said, for Instagram. You know, every girl now is an Instagram model, or, you know, wants to be a model, and yeah, it's just a mess. Our culture is a mess. Jose, moving to Las Vegas next week after living in San Jose for more than 12 years. I'm just wondering how many months lasts the intense heat. So typically from July is when it gets really hot until like the end of September. So it's about 3 months. So after that, you're good. Agreed, online dating is for hookups, best to meet while you're out and about. For sure. Let's see, we've been on for 1 hour. Uh-oh. Yes, society has changed. Some people treat people like disposable objects. Everybody's out for their own benefit. Tinder is a place for getting some cookie, not for dating. What time of day do you go swimming? Whenever it's hot out. I don't know. Depends. I don't have like a set time to go swimming, but then just during the day. Sometimes at night. Just depends. Usually after I work out is usually when I go. So, your thoughts on raising children in Vegas? I mean, I just personally don't think it's a good place. Some people do. I'm not saying that nobody has ever raised a good child out of Las Vegas, because people definitely have. But the main concern that I have with it is you have a lot of gambling everywhere you go. So gas stations, slot machines, grocery stores, slot machines. And there's going to become a point where your child's going to ask you, what is that? You know, I had somebody tell me that, well, it's the same thing as lottery. No, it's not. Because lottery are little tickets in like under a case at the counter typically. And the child usually isn't even tall enough to even see the lottery tickets. Whereas the slot machines are these big, extravagant, flashing lights. And there's big sections dedicated to them. So naturally your child's gonna ask you what it is. You know, when you go to the strip, which I don't think you should take a kid to the strip, but people do. You know, you have these cards that are all over the floor with, you know, naked women all over them. You've got taxis driving by with naked women, basically, not fully naked, but pretty much naked, you know, advertising the strip clubs. You know, there's just like a lot of, this is just a place that's, in my opinion, is meant for adults. You can raise a kid here. It's very, you can, but, you know, the schools are not very good from what I've heard. So, you know, me personally, I wouldn't want to. And I know a lot of this comes from how you raise your kid. You know, ultimately, I think the parent is the biggest factor until high school. Once your child gets into high school, it's very easy for them to fall to peer pressure. It's very easy for them to get influenced by their peers and want to fit in and want to be popular and want to do these things. And that's, I mean, we've all been through high school. You know, we know how that time in our life is and how you can be easily influenced to do things. So that happens everywhere. I'm not saying it doesn't, but specifically when you have a lot of the legalized things that you do here, you know, it's just a little more accepted, I guess. I don't know. Like I said, I mean, it happens everywhere, whether it's legal or not, but I just feel like with it being out in the culture so much that it just becomes a lot harder, especially when the schools are not very good. So that's just my opinion. How affordable is the Green Valley and Anthem area for families? I mean, that's a very personal question because I don't know you. I don't know your lifestyle. I don't know your income. I don't know what type of, you know, housing you're looking for. There's so many factors to determine if something is affordable or not. And that's going to vary person to person. So Green Valley, in my opinion, is, and Anthem is, but again, that, you know, totally depends on the individual. So, Valerie, good night. Thanks for coming on. Claude, how often would you recommend cardio? I only do cardio for mental reasons. I don't do cardio to lose weight. I don't do cardio for fat loss. The only thing that matters if you're trying to lose weight is a calorie deficit. You need to be eating less calories, period. your body has a maintenance calorie level. So let's say this varies for every person. So if your maintenance level is 2,200 calories, if you eat 2,150 calories over a course of time, you will lose weight. Doesn't matter what the calories come from. If you're in a calorie deficit, you will lose weight. That's why people go on these juice detoxes and these starvation diets, and they say, oh my God, this diet works so well. Well, it works well because you're eating less calories than you need. Point blank period. Any diet will work if you're eating less calories than you need. Everybody and anybody will lose weight. So cardio is only specifically for me. I like to do it first thing when I wake up, whether that's a walk, whether that's going on the treadmill, whether that's going on the Stairmaster, just to wake myself up and change my mental state from being, asleep and being in a zombie to, moving and getting my blood flowing and getting my body pumping. And I have a much more productive day when I do that versus if I sit in bed and I snooze and the first thing I do is pick up my phone and I look through social media. So I only do it for the mental benefit of it. So cardio is great for a tool. So you use it to get into a calorie deficit. So like I said, say your maintenance level is 2,300 calories, you ate 2,500 today, then you need to do 200 to 300 calories of cardio to get into the deficit. So cardio is specifically used as a tool, and that's it. So there's no magic answer to you should do this cardio or that cardio or HIIT or whatever. Like there's so many things out there nowadays. So yeah, there's no magic answer to that, but yeah. Do you think it's child abuse for parents to let their child be overweight? I definitely can see that because, yeah, I mean, yeah, it can be. You're not taking care of your child by letting them become obese. Obesity is a big epidemic now. A lot of people are overweight. A lot of people have hypertension and health-related issues and stuff that's perfectly preventable through diet and exercise. So, yeah, I mean, to a degree, I can definitely see how that could be, somewhat of a child abuse. Pleasure speaking with you. Thanks, Tanya. Thank you for coming on. Do you watch or listen to any motivational videos? I do, but, I like to listen to them sometimes, mostly when I'm doing my cardio first thing in the morning. But I've just started to realize that I don't really need the motivational videos. I need to just start doing. I need to start putting in the work. I need to start doing everything that I've listened to for all this time, and then that's going to get the motivation, because motivation is going to come from you progressing. It's going to come from you achieving. It's going to come from you getting small wins, and then you're going to get motivated to want to do more. So, I think it's okay to get started. I think it's good to listen to. It's good to train yourself that way, to just alter your perspective. But once you have done that perspective shift, and once you've kind of taken in so many, like I was getting to a point where I had heard the same thing over and over and over and over, and it just started to be kind of redundant, where I wasn't getting the benefit from it anymore. So I think once you hit that wall, that's when you know you need to start actually putting the things into action. But yeah. Gun laws are very lax here. Do you enjoy parking in range time? I actually haven't, but I need to. It's not political. I don't think so. I have no problem talking about it. Some people don't want to talk about it. I have no problem talking about it. But no, I actually would like to. Just haven't yet. But anyways, I'm getting tired, guys. I need to shower. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this live video. I just want to come on and, be active for the week. I'll probably film some videos this weekend and hopefully get a video out by Sunday. So look out for that this weekend. And yeah, so thanks guys for coming on. If you haven't yet, make sure you give this a thumbs up. And that's it for this video, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. I'm glad to answer some questions, help you guys out. I'll see you in the next video.